we talked about data and we talked about AI and we talked about how planners can design with all of those elements in mind. And then at the end, people were like, can we learn a little bit more about what facial recognition and facial analysis is?
Welcome to the Convene Podcast. This is Maggie, and I'm excited to welcome you to another Season 3 episode brought to you by Visit Kingston. This is a special episode which first appeared as part of the Mashup Studio program. I was joined by Anh Nguyen and Shawn Cheng, the minds behind Event Prof Spreadsheet. The Tech Lab sessions were first introduced at EduCon 2023 in Montreal, Canada, with the goal of transforming the traditional technology showcase into a more engaging and less salesy format. And during Convening Leaders, Shawn and Anh took things up a notch by turning the Tech Labs into a tech playground. Enjoy the episode.
So let's share with our digital audience who couldn't play the playground some insights, like how did you find it? How did you feel? Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve with it?
Go ahead.
I think in general we are. The underlying objective, I think, for us is we want to try a new way for event professionals to interact with technology. And we believe, as a planner ourselves, we believe a hands-on or more playful environment is what will make us like it more. And that's kind of how the whole concept of the playground coming into place. And I think for the past 2 days, it is a testimonial that is exactly what the planner are looking for. They enjoy about the hands-on, and they enjoy about a bit more human, a bit more playful, rather than like a hardcore sales pitch. But the surprise things I will need to say, though, the surprise things for me is people actually are craving for demo. Not a sales pitch type of demo, but people actually craving for demo. That originally we are trying to design the playground in a way that the tech partner don't do too much demo, because we feel people might don't want to see to be sell. But what we find out is actually a lot of people come into the playground and actually want to sit down with them. And then for them to, so actually it end up to be a good thing for our tech partner, because they are not coming in expectation that they are doing a lot of the demo sales type of work, but end up they did.
Yeah, and I don't know if people know this, but for the tech playground, they couldn't pay to be part of it. They had to apply to be part of it. And they were put through a fairly intense curation process with us, where we had a little bit more control over the content that they presented. We really wanted to stay away, like Shawn said, from the typical sales, being bombarded by account reps when you enter a booth. But yeah, we learned a couple of interesting things that, Shawn and I were talking last night as we were debriefing, that I think how planners engage with technology has changed. We've moved out of like a pure learning phase into a wanting to do phase. And so the playground allowed people to get some hands-on interaction. And yeah, I think for the most part, we're happy with how it turned out. Of course, as event planners, we always have things that we do differently, and people have given us their feedback that tech partners have. And yeah, hopefully room to grow and improve it.
I mean, another thing that I believe we briefly talked about this a couple of months ago when you asked us about what we are hoping for the tech playground, is actually we want to see more collaboration. So like we want to see more collaboration between tech companies, that we believe and we think tech companies shouldn't on their own at this type of event. There are a lot of the potential if they partner together, it will be more powerful. And for that front, I will say I personally think it was very successful that we actually push all those companies in the tech playground to collaborate with each other. And surprisingly, they actually very into that idea, and they actually proactively come up with suggestion is, hey, I can do this. Like, do you want to just give me your website and then we can do this activation? And then at the tech playground, because it's a very open space, it's not everyone have their own booths. What end up is they're helping each other. There's people coming in, maybe like want to talk to a networking solution, but it's the digital touchscreen guys interact with them. And then so you just roll them into to the right guy, and then they kind of vice versa, and then, or they will recommend other people, like, hey, have you checked out this company? Right. So end up, I think it become like a really nice vibe, I would say, at the playground.
Our group chat's still going, so there's a lot of camaraderie that's been built.
That's great, because at the end of the day, that's how we can see new innovations, right? And new technologies come up.
Yeah.
And there was something very interesting, a concept that you tried. It was called the Human Heroes versus AI Wizards. And it was a special session. So can you share a bit more about that and what the results were?
And who won?
And who won?
Yes. I mean, in general, I would say that the whole concept is coming to my personal love of watching cooking show. So I just want to
You only have
recreate
5
that
minutes. So.
environment. And so we create this idea is human hero, which is us, that we all human hero with our creativity and our experience. But it will be interesting to see that if human hero equipped with an AI power tool, would it change things? Would it be better? Will it make things faster? So we create this competition. We give them the same event case, the same challenge they need to decide. And then we just let them roll with it. The result was surprisingly, at the end, it's actually the human team win. That the human team actually come up with the idea that is more appealing to the judges. It doesn't mean that the AI team don't do a good job, but they come up with something a little bit different. So that was a big surprise, but it was a very good experience, I think, for both the audience and then for us.
Yeah, and Spark AI, the tool that we use to empower that, they got a lot of learning and insights about how people use their tool and things that, we always talk about bridging that gap between the people writing the code and building the product and the people using it. And I think that was a really helpful process for them too. As they walk by us here, I see the Spark team.
A word from our sponsor. Why plan a business event in Kingston, Ontario? Because it's easy to get to and walkable, and for all there is to see, do, and taste. So you save more, connect more, and experience more while you're there. For board meetings, sales retreats, and team building, plan your business event in Kingston. Learn more at visitkingston.ca/meetinkingston. Now back to the program.
And what technology do you think excited the most the people coming to the playground?
So I think at the playground, overwhelmingly is the AI generate photo booth. So it's the company called Snapmatic. The poor guy, the one of the founder, I believe, Gabe, he basically nonstop, and there's no break for him. That because people just coming up, you're just lining up. You probably saw a lot of those photos on social media if you're not here. That people sharing their, superwoman, superhero version of themselves. So, I was joking about like the photo booth is a tough business because they always need to come up with something new. And I think this is definitely a potential to be a trending thing for this year.
And it was very visual, right? So you could walk by and see. But we got a lot of interest in any session that was about Spark AI, how to use it, the case competition. Yeah, so really interesting kind of holistic interest in all of the elements. But I think, the AI photo booth but people are very interested in the Spark AI tool and how to use it to make them more efficient.
Yeah, there's still a lot of buzz about AI going on, and all the sessions connected to AI were packed. And did you manage to make all the sessions pitch free like you hoped?
I think maybe too much. Like, I think there is a balance between people came to learn about a specific technology and we had worked so hard. So Nick Borelli is a good example with Zenus. He didn't talk about his tool at all. We talked about data and we talked about AI and we talked about how planners can design with all of those elements in mind. And then at the end, people were like, can we learn a little bit more about what facial recognition and facial analysis is? And so I think to Shawn's point, we were successful in that goal, but we would, if we did this again, give these companies time to actually educate people on their tools because people were looking for it for sure.
Is there any other takeaway or, a note for improvement for next time?
We're always looking for improvement, right? But I think in general I think that it's a proof of concept that the concept is working, and I think people are looking for this type of things. I think for next year, it's more about finding that balance between offering contents that is educative, informative enough, but also at the same time balancing that. But people want to come learn the product specifically. So how to not make it like a sales pitch, but still provide that sales information into there. I think it's something that definitely will be able to improve.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to the improvement at EduCon.
And hopefully maybe it can be more like a playground.
Yeah.
Yes, that was one thing I would change. I really wanted a slide in the
We
playground.
need to slide this in.
Everyone who walked by was like, have you ever been to a playground? This doesn't look like one, but yeah, those are just aesthetics, design
I wish
aesthetics.
First slide for next.
Yeah, and putting it out there. If anyone has a lead on playground equipment,
Yeah,
we
you
can
need to
rent.
come in with a slide into the session.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, thank you both so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Remember to subscribe to the Convene podcast on your favorite listening platform to stay updated with our latest episodes. We want to thank our sponsor, Visit Kingston. Learn more about why you should hold your business event in Kingston, Ontario at visitkingston.ca/meet in Kingston all together. For further industry insights from the Convene team, head over to pcma.org/convene. Until next time.